I checked my phone for the umpteenth time, confirming the arrival of our ride. A black sedan pulled up beside us, and without hesitation, we climbed inside, eager to escape the noise and chaos of the city streets. Hotel Riverview, right? The driver asked, his voice muffled by the sound of the engine. Yes, that's correct, I confirmed, settling into the plush leather seats. Little did we realize, this would be the beginning of a nightmare. As the car sped through the maze of city streets, a sense of unease settled over me like a suffocating blanket. The driver's erratic behavior was impossible to ignore. He swerved in and out of lanes with reckless abandon, narrowly avoiding collisions with oncoming traffic. Is everything okay, honey? Sarah whispered, her grip on Lily's hand tightening. I'm not sure, I admitted, my heart pounding in my chest. This doesn't feel right. The tension in the car was palpable as we exchanged worried glances, the reality of our situation sinking in with each passing moment. Panic bubbled up inside me, threatening to overwhelm my senses as I struggled to come to terms with the fact that we were at the mercy of a stranger in a strange city. Excuse me, sir, can you please slow down? I ventured, my voice trembling with fear, but the driver remained silent, his eyes fixed on the road ahead, as he continued to push the car to its limits. As the car careened through the deserted streets, I frantically searched for a way out of our nightmare. My mind raced with possibilities, each one more terrifying than the last as the reality of our situation began to sink in. We need to do something, I whispered urgently to Sarah, my voice barely audible over the roar of the engine. But what can we do? She replied, her eyes wide with fear. Before I could respond, the car suddenly lurched to a stop, throwing us forward against our seatbelts. My heart leaped into my throat as I watched in horror as the driver reached for something beneath his seat, his movements quick and deliberate. Get out of the car now, I shouted, my voice cracking with fear, but it was too late. Before we could react, the driver turned towards us, a menacing glint in his eyes as he brandished a weapon in his hand. In that moment, time seemed to stand still as the full weight of our predicament crashed down on us like a tidal wave. The air hung heavy with the stench of fear as we stared down the barrel of the driver's gun, our minds reeling with the terrifying possibilities that lay ahead. Please, don't hurt us, Sarah pleaded, her voice shaking with emotion. But the driver remained unmoved, his gaze cold and unyielding as he leveled the weapon at us with chilling precision. Listen to me carefully, he growled, his voice low and menacing. You're going to do exactly as I say, understand? I nodded numbly, my thoughts racing as I struggled to come to terms with the gravity of our situation. Every fiber of my being screamed for me to fight back, to do whatever it took to protect my family from harm. But deep down, I knew that our only chance of survival lay in cooperation. Get out of the car, now. The driver barked, his voice echoing in the cramped confines of the vehicle. With trembling hands, we complied, our hearts pounding in our chests as we stepped out onto the deserted street. The cold night air cut through me like a knife as I watched helplessly as the driver disappeared into the darkness, leaving us alone and vulnerable in the heart of the city. As we stood on the deserted street, the full weight of our ordeal crashed down on us like a ton of bricks. The world seemed to spin around me as I struggled to make sense of the chaos that had engulfed us, my mind racing with 1,000 different thoughts and emotions. We need to call the police, Sarah said, her voice trembling with fear. I nodded numbly, my hands shaking as I fumbled for my phone, the screen casting an eerie glow in the darkness. With trembling fingers, I dialed 911, my voice shaking as I recounted our harrowing ordeal to the operator on the other end of the line. Please, you have to help us, I pleaded, the desperation in my voice barely concealed. But even as the words left my lips, a flicker of doubt crept into my mind. What if the police were too late? What if the driver came back for us, intent on finishing what he had started? The thought sent a chill down my spine as I clung to Sarah and Lily, praying for a miracle to save us from the nightmare that had engulfed us. Minutes stretched into hours as we waited anxiously for the arrival of the police, each passing moment feeling like an eternity as we huddled together for warmth and comfort. And then, just when all hope seemed lost, a glimmer of light appeared on the horizon, a beacon of hope in the darkness that surrounded us. As we stepped out of the bustling streets of New York City, the air hung heavy with anticipation. My wife, Sarah, held our daughter, Lily's hand tightly as we navigated through the chaotic sea of taxis and pedestrians. The city's energy was infectious, but little did we know, it would soon take a dark turn. "Mommy, I'm tired," Lily complained, her voice barely audible over the cacophony of the city. "I know, sweetie. We'll be at the hotel soon," Sarah reassured her, her eyes scanning the crowd for our Uber driver. As the police cars reached to a halt beside us, a sense of relief washed over me like a tidal wave. The officers leaped out of their vehicles, their guns drawn as they surveyed the scene before them with practiced efficiency. "What's going on here?" one of the officers demanded, his voice cutting through the silence like a knife. I quickly explained our ordeal, my words tumbling out in a frantic rush as I struggled to make sense of the chaos that had engulfed us. The officers listened intently, their expressions grave as they took in the full extent of our predicament. "We need to find this guy, fast," one of the officers said, his voice grim. With that, they sprang into action, scouring the area for any sign of the driver who had terrorized us mere moments before. I watched in awe as they worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery that had threatened to consume us, their determination unwavering in the face of danger. And then, just when all hope seemed lost, a shout rang out from the darkness, followed by the sound of scuffling footsteps. With a surge of adrenaline, the officers raced towards the source of the commotion, disappearing into the night in pursuit of our assailant. Minutes stretched into hours as we waited anxiously for news of their progress, each passing moment feeling like an eternity as we clung to one another for comfort and support. And then, finally, a familiar figure emerged from the darkness, a triumphant smile on his face as he approached us with a sense of relief. As the officer approached, a wave of relief washed over me like a tidal wave. He flashed us a reassuring smile as he recounted the details of our narrow escape, his words a balm to my frayed nerves. "We got him," he said, his voice tinged with satisfaction. "He won't be bothering you anymore." Tears of gratitude welled up in my eyes as I thanked the officer profusely, my heart overflowing with emotion at the thought of the danger we had narrowly escaped. "We owe you everything," I said, my voice choked with emotion. But even as I spoke, a sense of unease lingered in the back of my mind. The scars of our ordeal ran deep, their impact reverberating through every fiber of my being as I struggled to come to terms with the trauma that had engulfed us. "We need to get you to safety," the officer said, his tone gentle but firm. With that, he escorted us to the safety of his patrol car, the familiar hum of the engine a soothing melody as we left the chaos of the city streets behind us. And as we drove off into the night, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the small miracle that had saved us from the brink of disaster. As the city faded into the distance behind us, a sense of peace settled over me like a warm blanket. The nightmare that had engulfed us mere hours before seemed like a distant memory as we left the chaos and danger of the city streets behind us. "We're going to be okay," I whispered to Sarah, my voice tinged with relief. She nodded, her eyes shining with unshed tears as she squeezed my hand tightly, the weight of our ordeal slowly lifting from our shoulders with each passing mile. And as we drove off into the night, I couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the small miracle that had saved us from the brink of disaster. For in the end, it was love and courage that had seen us through the darkest of times, their light shining bright in the face of adversity as we embarked on a new beginning together.